Hi, I'm Matthew Marson, Head of Smart Places at WSP. And often when people think smart, the first conclusion they jump to is around mobile apps. But delivering a mobile app isn't like delivering a building at all. Building professionals are used to a waterfall methodology, which means you have to do things in a certain order. So your foundations go in first, then your core, your frame, and then you'll close it off with the envelope. But when it comes to a mobile app, we use a methodology that's called Agile, which essentially means we bucket up deliverables into something called a sprint, which lasts about 2 to 4 weeks. And the beauty of having sprints is that you can deliver different bits of functionality in different orders so that you can respond to market pressures, when something in the building actually gets delivered, or the testing that you need to do in order to drive the direction of where your mobile app might go next. But these two methodologies very rarely align and can sometimes cause a bit of conflict within your project team. So it's something that needs to be very carefully managed. The documents that are used in order to develop a mobile app start with something called a product backlog. And a product backlog is essentially a list of something called a user story, which tells a piece of functionality from a user. So somebody that works in an office, for instance, I want to be able to see the live availability of all desks in that place. And that piece of functionality can then be broken down into a set of requirements. Often, it makes it easier to bucket up those user stories into something called an epic. So if we take the example of all the user stories to do with find a place, a person, a thing, or a skill, we can put that into an epic called Finder, which could be a button at the bottom very much by itself. When you start to build out these sorts of assets, it's important to run your client through it so that they understand the exact functionality that's required. So then we can go away, do the analysis, and start to understand the interdependencies on the building systems, the digital infrastructure that they might already own as an organization, to work out the things that they need to go build, buy, or perhaps even stitch together.